Here we are, back again on another day. So, I've got my water with me because it's about 900 degrees outside today. Look at that, it's like Spain. Remember to stay hydrated, kids. That was leaking. We took it apart, I PTFE'd it again, put it back together. But I don't know if you can see on the camera, it is like on the piss a little bit. Curbside cleaner, how can I help? Right, yes, so I just got a phone call about another potential free clean for the community, which would be pretty cool. But I'm only down here for an hour today. I've only got an hour to work on some bits. So what I'm going to try and do is, I've got this trunk in. I'm going to try and cut that to size so I can run the electric cable round and in underneath the front seats for the battery. Then I'm going to start cutting the metal for the pressure washer frame, hopefully. So I'm going to get you set up on the old time-lapse EOS for running the trunk in, and I hope it sticks. That's the problem. I might have to screw it in a little bit, but we'll deal with that in a second. Catch you in a minute. Right, that is another job done. I've got a couple of new pieces of equipment today. We have got to add to the list from Jetmac Limited, handwritten invoice as well, which I really like. I like that. But they've got their own, don't want to lose any pieces here. They've got their own sort of coup adapter for surface cleaner. So they send you all the pieces and it's done on plastic clamps with nuts and bolts rather than having to drill through the handle, which I liked a lot. And then they've got this bit, which I don't know if you can see it, but you tighten that onto the frame of the rather than with the one I had before from, I believe, Rutland when they first came out, was welded and the welders come apart. So I needed a new one anyway, and I saw that one and I thought, brilliant, I like that idea. Right, we've cut the frame out. Fucking dug this right into my leg. I've cut the frame out for the base. I'm just going to put it sort of together in a square so that we can have a look at what I need to put on it to fit the pressure washing skid and all that. So I'm going to just like sort of dry fit this together, and then yeah, I'll come back at a later date and really put it together properly. Well, that's all we got time for today, folks. So we've built the base frame. Them two are upright, so we're just odd bits of metal. So I've just cut them to size. I need to trim a little bit off one of them. So that's obviously going to turn this way. So in the next, I don't know if I'm going to do these in episodes or clips. I haven't decided yet, but in the next, whatever, clip or video, you should see me mount the skid frame to that somehow. I don't know if it looks very square actually. I haven't got my set square, put it away. We will measure that, but I mean it's kind of square. Yeah, it'll do. See you in a sec. Right, we are back and look who is with us. We have got Danny boy. He got absolutely clapped by the sunshine, so that's why you've not seen him in the last few clips. He spent like half a day outdoors and turns out like he's allergic to oxygen or some shit.
I got the worst sunstroke I've ever had in my life.
Just coming out of both ends, like he thought it was all over. But he's back!
I've got nothing left, Phil.
He's back. On another note, side quest, that towel down there is dry, so we are not dripping anymore. So I'm just going to fill that up later on, ready for tomorrow, and just make sure it's not dripping under a maximum pressure. But let me show you where I got up to. I just had to talk some illegal on that quick. I had to pause there, yeah? Let me show you where we're up to. Right, so I come down here on Sunday, and the plan was to start cutting the metal, but it was just far too loud for a Sunday morning, and I felt really guilty. So I only cut one piece, which was this one, and I've secured it on. I need to do the other bolts to secure it. So today we're going to cut the rest of it all to size and start bolting it together. We'll try and get the skid plate on, and then we'll probably dry fit the pressure washer on there as well, and see what we're working with. I also need to work out how to mount the uprights to the frame, because obviously you can't just do that. So what I'm thinking of doing is cutting off like a square there, so that I can sort of fit it like that, and then drill a hole through that side and secure it like that at the top and the bottom, and then that should be absolutely fine. But we'll work on that in a bit. So this is the predicament that we're in. How do we secure the upright to the corners? So I'm thinking, let's do a short base up. We cut off a corner, like a 2-inch corner, so it fits flush, and then just
in.
Yeah, and then drill it in. But I don't know whether that's going to work with the location of those screws.
And how much weight's going to be set on it?
Yeah.
How much weight's going to be set on it?
2 hose reels.
Oh, is that it?
Yeah, they're going to be heavy though. Like, imagine the weight of that hose reel.
There should be an adjustment for it, I reckon. Is there anything on the... No, there's nothing on the sides, is there?
No, like, you can drill holes into this stuff. But I'm just thinking of... Unless we connect it, like, so we cut off both corners and then, like, do 2 and 2 like this, and then maybe do another 2 on the sides. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Just to strengthen it up.
Or we just done like this, and then like this here. And then same again, and obviously just use big coach bolts just to squeeze it in.
So I can't make it any wider because of the measurements of the tank and stuff.
Oh really?
Yeah.
So it's got to sit on top.
Yeah.
Weld it.
That's not an option.
Why not?
So I'm not spending any more money having it welded. Now, you've seen how solid these are bolted together. They're going to be fine. But I'm just thinking, if we spread the weight of the top shelf by...
Well, it's going to be... You're going to have one above the pressure washer, aren't you? And then one above that.
So, yeah, they're going to be more one on one end because I've got to leave the fuel tank
exposed.
Yeah.
So you can have one here and one there.
Yeah.
Is that even going to be told? Have you measured this? Is
Yeah,
it to
yeah,
cover the clearance of that?
Yeah. Right, we'll come back to you when we've got a solution or we've tried something. Right, so it's 2 days later from the last bit. I had to order some bits. So I've ordered these. So these will sit against here and against the pole. I might have to drill some holes depending on how far away from it is. But I'm hoping I'll be able to take that one out and put it on top of there to give it an extra, and then it fits in that one and it will fit against the uprights as well. So we're going to give that a go today and see where we get to. Yeah, lots of untightening and tightening, I think. Right, so I just accidentally left the camera recording whilst I went and got some more bolts and nuts from Screwfix. Danny's gone home now, he's got some things to do. So I'm just going to finish securing these bits together. I'm going to try on my own, dry fit the pressure washer and see if there's enough room for a reel on this bottom section next to it. So if I can get the high pressure hose reel there, that leaves me all of this room up here for the 2 low pressure hose reels, which are quite wide. So I might have to replace them, but I just thought about it last night. So I'll dry fit it. Worst case, we'll look at replacement. Still well under budget if I do have to replace them, and I could potentially sell those other ones as well. So we'll see how it goes. We've got, quite a lot of width there, but I do need to leave some space for filling up the pressure washer with petrol, which is what I'm worried about. So yeah, we'll get everything else fitted and we'll see where we're going to go. Lads, this frame is so good. So I built this little makeshift ratchet strap winch, winched it up, floated it over the top and then just let them go, and it landed nicely on there. So I'm going to quickly measure up down here to see whether I can fit the hose reel there. That would be super handy, but it just depends on whether I'll be able to reel it in, because the handle will need to go on either side, one side. So we shall see, we shall see, we shall see. I will check back shortly. So I nearly left for the day without saying goodbye. I've got a couple of predicaments. So here's where we got up to. It's looking actually like a van mounted pressure washer now. So pressure washer is going to go there. Not there, because, well, it will go there, but it'll be the other way around. Because of the exhaust, so I might have to move that anyway. So yeah, that's going to be the other way around. This doesn't quite fit down there, but it's more so because of the fittings. So I've taken the quick connector on here, which I've taken off, and I've just put this, I've got this little bit of short hose that's connected from here to the hose reel. I've got that in there just for the time being. So obviously we also need to connect the inlet hose to this. I don't know if you can get right angle versions of them, but yeah, so I have put this on here for the time being just so it's there, but potentially I might have to buy another one of these, see if I can fit the 50 meters of 3/4 inch on there, and then buy another one of them to fit down there, long off the old, yeah, it's just too wide. Anyway, we will deal with that tomorrow. I'm very tired, so I'm not thinking straight. I'm going to go home, have some dinner, and come back at this tomorrow with a fresh set of brain particles. See you tomorrow.